Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. We're going to talk some... What are we talking about today?
Well, first of all, I want to, first of all, I'm Tom Bellinger, chair of the Olmsted County Extension Master Gardeners.
Are you really?
Yeah, I still am.
You're still... Wow, that's a miracle.
And this is Chef Kelly.
I'm Chef Kelly. Kelly Ray Kirkpatrick, Vice Chair, Olmsted County Extension Master Gardener Volunteer Program. Good morning.
And we missed you last week. We, and we did a little poll.
Oh, yeah, the poll, the goofy poll. None of those things were real. Tom was actually, where were you, in Kansas?
I was visiting my father for Father's Day in Kansas.
Yeah, in Kansas. Nice, yes.
Had a nice trip there, but we thought we'd have some fun and see what you guys think of us.
And hey, you're right. I do have a lot of continuing education, but I had two double booked webinars at 1 p.m. that day, so we didn't miss out because I wouldn't, oh my goodness, I would never schedule continuing education.
No.
This is continuing education.
That's what we're all about. We're trying to educate you guys and have some fun while we're doing
really
it.
Wacky, silly
And by the way, I think, Kelly, I don't know what's going on. I can't get us horizontal again. Okay, all right.
Goodness.
You're on the wrong side.
This is going to be camera, man.
This is going to be fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about food forests today.
Food forests, and when I started reading that, I'm going like 7 layers. There's 7 layers, and this is a little bit. So, other than the costuming that Kelly did, 7 layers.
I didn't do this costuming. You did this costuming. You forced me into this outfit.
And when I think of 7 layers, I think of the pre-COVID days. I used to love potlucks. And 7-layer salad was my favorite. 7 layers. And there's some veggies in there and some other things. But I had to have the mayo and the bacon as part of it. But we're going to talk about other 7 layers.
Yes, of a food forest. Like you find in the rainforest. Like nature naturally grows. You have the taller things like our mature trees. And then all those little weeds that are hanging out in the ground. They're the ground covers, right?
Yep.
Hopefully we don't have a lot of weeds throwing invasives around in our gardens. But a food forest, which is mostly what we're going to talk about today, really should have a bunch of extra layers to it. You want to show your next printed material,
I can
Tom?
kind of show this, but but yeah, the key is to have layers and then have plants that really don't compete with each other in their space.
They help each other.
They help each other.
Symbiotic relationship. When you cover the ground, it uses less moisture, you get less weed pressure. And the things that need more sunlight, like really heavily bearing fruits and nuts, they're taller, reaching the most sunlight. And then you can grow other crops underneath that might need less sun. So 7 layers. So where are we, Tom?
I know, I was waiting for you to ask that. We are in Slattery Park.
The extreme northeast corner of Slattery Park. We're actually just off of 8.5 Street Southeast, between 11th and 12th Avenue, and you can see the beautiful Bear Creek behind us.
There's
there.
the Bear Creek, and it's all reversed because I haven't got my... I know, we are backwards, and I got to figure this out.
No, I still have to point that way.
Got to figure this out.
Yeah.
But in Slattery Park, it used to be part of the Graham Park and Estates, way back, and then William Slattery donated this in 1931 as part of the growth of the community. Pre-World War II, Rochester was about 26,000, and these were part of the urban neighborhoods that they were developing back then. The town was really growing quickly back then, and Slattery Park was one of those, thanks to William for donating that. So 1931.
Thanks, Bill.
Way to go, Bill.
You rock, Bill. We appreciate this green space, and thank you, City of Rochester Parks and Rec, for keeping this park so beautiful. Hey, speaking of our cool parks, did you know that 8 of them are chemical-free? That's another episode. Remember that.
We're going to talk
put
about
that in your
that.
Excel sheet. Okay,
Let's don't get everybody too excited. And we're going to do food forest.
Flip the camera.
I'm going to flip the camera.
Oh
my God. All right, here we go. All right, Kelly, lead the way.
I don't want to lead the way. Let's walk together. People just need to look at this beautiful space here.
Okay, all right. All right, so down here, we're going down here towards the river.
This is an orchard.
Actually, this is Bear Creek.
Yeah, this is Bear Creek, yep.
Yep.
So this is an orchard. And this orchard was put in several years ago, I think perhaps by our former city forester, Jacob Rigg. Mm-hmm. Current city forester is Jeff Haberman.
Okay.
But I have had inquiries about starting a food forest for maybe the last 3 or 4 years. And we have a meetup group here in Rochester called Backyard Bounty Urban Homesteading that is all about this, growing food in the city. And they've got a wonderful group, and Heidi Cass, who co-founded the Seed Library with me, is all about starting food forests.
Oh my
so this
gosh.
orchard, can you see we've got some apples forming here?
Yep.
They're great, and they haven't even been attacked by insects yet.
Yep.
So, like I said, several people have approached me about starting a food forest recently, just a couple of weeks ago, and I met with them here. And this could be an incredible food forest. Over here, we've got a beautiful row of serviceberries. Look, they're ripening over here.
Serviceberries.
Let's
Let's
and
go
you can see the birds are in there starting to eat the serviceberries.
And the bikers are just,
Yeah.
oh, they didn't stop. But.
So, little fun fact. When my former husband used to bike
Yep.
to Cub for his pharmacy job, he'd let me know when these serviceberries were ripe, and we would do a family harvest, and I would make this huge serviceberry pie, this tart. And here they are. They're ready.
Serviceberries.
Look at these. These are prolific.
Oh my gosh, look at
So
that.
this is public food right here. This is public food. And service, oh, here's a ripe one, Tom. Oh, here's some.
All right. Do I have to eat
And
on
what's
camera?
Yeah, you have to eat on camera. What's really nice, these are nice and dark. What's really nice about these is that they're not close to exhaust. Like there's a bunch of serviceberries on the boulevard on the boulevard at Cook Park. But they're catching all kinds of exhaust and everything. People play a lot of pickleball there. People going in and out of parking lot. But here,
How'd they get the name
there's no
serviceberries?
exhaust. Amelanchier. That's the
Service?
genus.
Okay.
I
I knew that. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Okay.
yummy.
Yeah, look at that.
So here we are, right along Bear Creek, eating food.
And
So,
this is
hey.
what food forest. Yeah, food forest.
And this is just the beginning. What layer is this?
Well, this is the canopy.
Yeah, this is a canopy layer, the uppermost layer. But what do we have down here on the ground?
We have the ground cover. We have herbaceous. Not much herbaceous
We have some
growing here.
blackthorn coming in here.
Buckthorn.
Hey,
Yep.
goats.
Yep. There's
So
7
we can-
layers. So we go through the 7 layers.
We can go through the 7 layers if you want.
Okay.
But on this ground layer, we could have all kinds of stuff growing.
Yep.
But instead we got mulch keeping down the weeds, which is good. We need mulch to keep down weeds and retain moisture in the soil, right?
So we have the canopy, large fruit, nut trees. Do we have any nut trees here? We're
Come
just
on,
nuts.
classic black walnut.
Black walnut, yes, black.
Juglans
Everybody
nigra,
knows.
Juglans
Everybody
nigra,
knows
yeah.
about black walnut.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
And then we saw some. I guess the dwarf trees over there would be considered our
A lot
low
of- all the
tree
apple
canopy,
trees, yeah.
right? Level
There's-
2, level
there's
2.
There's a dozen and a half apple trees
Yep,
over there.
yep. That's level 2. Level 3,
Shrub layer.
shrubs. Boy, we love the shrubs.
So the chokeberries, Aronia species, are very, very good, really high in antioxidants. Boy, there's gooseberries, there's currants,
Yep.
there's raspberries, the vining
Yep.
fruits, blackberries.
Things like that. And then we got
We've
the
got all
herbaceous.
kinds
I
of
just love the
blackcaps
word
in the woods these
herbaceous.
days.
Being a hop grower, I love herbaceous because it grows up and dies down. So
And it's
herbaceous
just-
is another layer that you can have on down, and so that would include raspberries or cat. But they get
They're woody.
They
They're
get
woody.
Yeah.
But the key, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about annual plants like those typical foods that we grow in a food garden? Like
These are all
carrots and
perennials that we
tomatoes?
just mentioned.
They're
Yes.
all perennial.
So
and
they're
that is the
sustainable.
key
Yeah.
about a food forest, is
Yep.
that it comes back every year. You don't have to do anything else with it.
Yep.
The regular maintenance of pruning, making sure it's got enough water, protecting from drought, IPM, integrated pest management. Those kinds of things are really
Yeah,
important too.
Keep that
Hey,
word.
we should do an episode on that too. Did you put that in your name?
It is.
So that's what's really awesome about a food forest. Now, will a food forest feed the masses, Tom, or do we still need industrial agriculture?
Well, I know you.
This is a trick
Yeah, I
question.
know it's a trick question. We still need industrial because we get a lot of people, but we
Got a
can
lot of
maybe
people,
work it. But we can
do
work on it.
Do we need that conventional, high polluting, water degrading conventional
A
ag?
lot of
or
that
do
stuff
we-
goes to other things like fuel or
Right,
other purposes.
exactly.
Yeah, where,
Exactly. We need industrial ag, but we
Yep.
need it to be regenerative.
Yep.
We need our industrial ag to give back to the soil and the water as much as it's taking out. And we need to foster food being grown locally. We've said this before. We need more farmers on the land.
America needs farmers, but that was another episode.
But so by putting these food forests in, you're fostering community.
Yep.
You're bringing people together. What are some more layers, Tom?
The other layers, well, the one that Kelly loves is soil. Soil surface is really key, and that's where you get your ground cover crops.
Morning.
And the rhizosphere, that's the roots. Carrots, radishes, I don't know.
Well, all kinds
Yeah,
of
should I
roots.
keep going? Okay.
Yucca,
Rutabagas.
Saponaria. I mean, there's, roots that we
Beets.
can eat that we don't eat. Yeah.
So that's a key thing.
The fungi.
Yeah, the fungi, and then the vertical layer is, and this is to me a little awkward.
These are your hops.
Yeah, these are my hops. I mean, those are vines, but we have clanging vines that grow. That have berries and fruit.
Imagine having hops growing on these light poles along the path.
Ooh, that'd be kind of neat. It'd be like hop heaven. So,
there you go. See,
and then
that's
there's
part of the food forest,
and then there's
using
the
those
7
structures.
layers, but I don't know. People say 7, and they're always looking for more. And
one of my favorite things that we found in the garden the other day, Mycelial.
Mycelia, is that the 8th layer? Do we want to give it a credit?
We could. It should be there all the time.
Mushrooms. I mean, there's a lot of. In fact, we got an email today about mushrooms that were.
Right. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
we had a presentation on that last year.
And hey, that ties back into the perennial food forest, because when you keep cranking your soil around year after year, tilling it or turning it over even in your home garden, that's exactly what you compromise.
Yep.
Is the fungal growth, that mycelia that's trying to anchor all of those lovely things that are in there.
Yep.
The protozoa, the nematodes, the bacteria counts will go down as your fungal growth goes up. Yeah.
So if you're digging in your garden, maybe you shouldn't be
stop.
digging. Just stop. But if you come across a bunch of white pasty stuff or
It's not
something.
pasty, it's thready.
Thready, okay.
It's
Well,
thready, it's
if you look
lovely.
closely at it, but otherwise,
gold.
don't freak out. That's good stuff.
That's good stuff.
Yep. So I don't know. So basically, we wanted to cover the food forest. We kind of put out a mystery there. Yes, we're in Slattery Park, a great park here in southeast Rochester.
One of our largest.
One of our largest. Oh, it's awesome.
It's
They've
a
got and the neighborhood has a community garden, which is on the other side. We
Right by
probably
the
won't
shelter.
journey there. It'd be another 5 or 10 minutes, but.
Playground, baseball fields.
Yep.
Yeah, one of our lovely city parks. So we're going to post some links, University of Minnesota Extension, food forest, food layer links, and I'm going to tag Backyard Bounty in there too if you want to get involved with them. They're one of our partners at the Seed Library.
Yep.
And there you go. That's it. It's a lovely summer day, folks.
And
day
hopefully you'll
number
learn
2
something.
or 3 of the summer.
Yeah, that's right. We're into summertime now officially.
Woo-hoo.
And I think, was this episode 13? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Uh-oh,
Maybe
scary.
that's why we're
Maybe that's
doing
why
so
we
poorly.
balked on it. So with that, guys, we want to
Rock
rock
your
your day. 7 layers. Bye-bye.